course, as we all know, that Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Jordan's Prime Minister and Minister of Defense Bishr al-Khawasna chaired on Thursday the 32nd session of the Egyptian-Jordanian Joint Higher Committee on the new administrative capital. And to shed more light over this very important topic, we're very delighted to be joined by Mr. Abdul Latif, Wahba, the journalist, and the political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdul Latif.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine.
So first of all, could you please shed more light on the very long history of the Egyptian-Jordanian bilateral ties and how far they have developed and bloomed over the past few years, fostered by the soft diplomacy of President Abdul al-Sisi?
As you know, that the Supreme joint meeting in between Egypt and Jordan is one of the joint meeting in the Arab world that we held annually, and this is the session, I think, the 32 joint meeting. Before heading the joint committee, Bishr al-Khawasna met, or President Abdul al-Sisi met with the Jordanian prime ministers. He delivered a message from King Abdullah to President Abdul al-Sisi about the current situations in the area. At the same time, as you know, that during the joint meeting, they discussed between Bishr al-Khawasna and Mustafa Madbouli, Egyptian prime ministers. They discussed all different aspects of the Egyptian-Jordanian relations, the political situations, the economic situations at the same time, and how to increase the bilateral relations, especially trade exchange between the two countries. They declared that there is a unity between Egypt and Jordan in supporting the Palestinian people and refusing and condemning the Israeli aggressions in Gaza. And at the same time, as you know, that Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, directed by President al-Sisi, to increase all the humanitarian and the support to the Gazan people. And this is also what Jordan is doing since the beginning of the aggressions, through dropping as Egypt the humanitarian aid to the Gazan people. This is one. And also they agreed in calling the international society to take its responsibility in solving and also in preventing Israel from attacking Rafah. Mustafa Madbouli, Egyptian Prime Minister, talk about how Israel wants to displace the Rafah people. This is on the account of the Egyptian side and also the Jordanian side. And after they discussed the political situations, they also discussed how to increase the bilateral relationship between Egypt and Jordan, and also, as you know, that the exchange of trade between the two countries is not elevated to the historical relationship between the two countries. It was about 500 million US dollars during yearly during the last 5 years. And at the same time, as you know, that there is an important economic cooperation between Egypt and Jordan, especially as you know that Egypt provided Jordan with electricity power. And Jordan, during the meeting, asked Egypt or asked Egypt to increase these powers to about 2,000 megawatts, and to increase it. This is one. On the other hand, as you know, that Egypt and Jordan at the same time played an important role in exporting some joint products to the other world, and this is according to the agreement signed between them since 2 decades. They discussed at the same time how to support the Egyptian workers in working in Jordan, and Bishop Hassan, Jordanian Prime Minister, reiterated that Jordan is hosting the Egyptian workers, and they give them a priority in the Jordanian society at the same time. This is the main topics they discussed during the joint meeting of the Egyptian Jordanian Supreme meeting last week. And at the same time, as you know, that Jordan and Egypt assured that they wanted to implement all the agreements and memorandum of understanding they signed, not only in this joint meeting, but also at the same time in last meeting to come on ground and how to increase all the Egyptian Jordanian relations on all sectors during the coming years.
Right, of course. Jordan is part of the Arab world or the Arab region, and so is Egypt. And of course, Jordan is part of the Middle East, and so is Egypt. Of course, Egypt have been taking a lead role when it comes to peace maintained inside the Middle East and the Arab region, and has taken many steps ahead when it came to the Gaza crisis. A joint meeting like that, were there any talks about containing the situation, trying to be sorting out new means or solutions to the crisis and the genocidal crimes that are committed inside the Gaza Strip, especially that the occupation have been bombarding Rafah earlier?
Yeah, as you know that Egypt, for example, since the beginning of this aggression, not only on Rafah but in Gaza itself, and as you know that President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi declared from the beginning of the crisis that there are many red lines, and Egypt will meet any violations of the Israeli trials to displace the Palestinian people and so on. And Egypt, as you know, that declared many times that they want to put an end for the conflict in the area, not only in Gaza itself. Egypt called the international society to support or to help the Palestinian people to declare their independent states side by side with Israel at the same time, and also, as you know, that Egypt during many international meetings and meeting with the leader of the area of Europe and so on, declared its stance that they supported the Palestinians in their hub to declare their independent state. At the same time, as you know, that Jordan may be the same stance. They agreed on stopping the Israeli aggressions against the Palestinians, and also supported the Palestinian people to declare their independent state. So there is a cooperation, and as you know that Egypt historically is involved in this case, in this process in the Middle East, and at the same time Jordan the same situations too. So Egypt and Jordan have an agreement to support the Palestinian people in their independent states. We are neighboring countries, and you know that what does it mean, neighboring countries in this area, and also besides the two different rivals, and any distribution, any disturbances in this area means a threat not only to the area but to other parts in the world, like Europe, like Syria, Lebanon, and so on.
Right. Also, King Abdullah II visited the U.S. recently, and of course there were talks with the American administration. And if you could please shed light on that visit and the King's efforts to be able to push towards a peace settlement, towards the ceasefire, towards stopping the genocidal crimes, especially that there are large protests all over universities inside the United States. So as an Arab leader visiting the United States and someone who has his hands involved in the mediations, he should have an expected, important role to play in that particular topic.
Yeah, of course, as you know that King Abdullah visited Washington and also met President Biden, and the meeting of the many officials in American administrations. And as you know that he declared that Jordan supported the Palestinian people, and also asked to stop bombardment, Israeli bombardment to the to Gaza and West Bank and so on. But as you know that in this time, the American sense, the U.S. administration's sense from the crisis was divided. Some supported, some criticized, and also even President Biden himself, as you know, that at the beginning of the crisis, he attacked the Palestinians, and at the same time, this is of course according to the information he received from the Israeli sources only, but he didn't speak from about the other sides.
Right.
But now his stance was completely different. And as you know, for example, yesterday he held some arms, providing arms to Israel and so on.
Again.
Yeah, and
right.
declared that they used it in killing.
Right. And unfortunately, we ran out of time. On that note, we'd like to thank you, sir, Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, the political analyst and journalist. Thank you so much for talking to us today, and you have a good day. And by this, we come to the end of this edition of the Breakfast Show. Many thanks to all of you. Until we see you again tomorrow morning, that's a goodbye.